aftermath of very grave and very serious sexual harassment charges that he faces. For over 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, a 30-year-old lady has been fighting a case all alone against this 76-year-old man who made sexual advances on her, tried to force himself on her, sent crude messages to her, and when she refused, R.K. Pachori punished her professionally, he humiliated her, and he psychologically scarred her. It is a matter of grave shame for all Indians that for 2 years, this very powerful and very networked man, who is out on bail, has managed to use his powerful connections to get the Lutyens media, the Lutyens elite, to not make an issue of his open and dirty sexual harassment of a colleague less than half his age. But Republic believes that hypocrites like Pachori need to be exposed. Lutyens, fake pseudos protect Pachori. But then for me, this is even more reason to expose Pachori now. I don't care if he goes around strutting, claiming he's a Nobel laureate. Tonight, after Sunanda and the Tejpal cases, Republic brings you the Pachori sleaze tapes.
Lutyens loves R.K. Pachori. They hate it when he's accused of sexual harassment because they fear that, like a politician who's under the scanner for a high-profile murder and a journalist who's accused of raping a colleague, he too is a pillar of the Lutyens' power structure, which, regardless of the offense, must not be allowed to fall. That is why Republic is exposing the Pachori sleaze tapes. This tape was recorded by his victim. The recording speaks for itself.
Thank you.
I don't know. You can tell me.
I can't tell you. You don't think so.
You are not like putting me in a position to decide here. What do you mean why you troubled me so much in the past few months? You can just tell me whatever you're thinking.
No, I'm not going to give you any book, that's for sure. I mean, you and I are not going to work together. Other than that, it's your choice. Only you'll be treated as an honored guest. Reach out for. That's for
So
sure.
my question to you is that I know why you're not going to give me any work. I know that very well.
What?
But my question to you is that what makes you think? इतनी बार तो आपने like बोल दिया है, ये email पे मेरे को लिख के दिया है, such like ridiculous reasons because I refused to go here and there and not sit next to you. It's been accumulating apparently that I say no to travel and stuff like that.
That's very insulting. I mean,
How is it insulting?
I have made it very clear to you, do what you want to, I am around. But I've also made it very clear to you that I am not with you. That's all.
Once again, I am telling you it's not my problem. If you don't want to give me any work, how is it my problem with you? So अगर आपको काम नहीं देना था 3 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट क्यों दिया फिर? उसी टाइम पे आपको बोलना चाहिए था कि नवंबर में
3 महीने का नोटिस पीरियड
4 महीने का नोटिस तो फिर दे दो आप नोटिस क्यों? तो निकालो ना फिर why are you doing all this?
बैठी रहो आराम करो
आराम कैसे कर रही हूँ मैं?
I've taken a decision. I'm not going to give you any work. That's very clear.
What follows next is my question.
That's your problem. That's not problem. Oh, I have no problem. The problem only came up when you came up with this terribly insulting and offensive decision that I'm not going to sit next to you on the bench. Damn it, then I don't want to work with you. If it's so damn difficult for you to travel with me sitting next to me, but I'm sorry, there's nothing that you and I can do together. Finish. It's as simple as that. Forget it. I mean, do you realize what you did? I mean, just think about it coolly at some stage and ask yourself whether that was an utterly stupid and offensive statement that you made.
So what did you go around asking me is not offensive to me?
What do you mean?
Asking me about my love life and all?
You can tell me, okay, I don't want to talk about it.
I've told you so many times. I've told you so many times.
I mean, we have this level of allergy
There's no allergy. I've told you, yes, of course. If I'm not like comfortable with it, why should it be so distinct?
You see,
If I am telling you,
I don't want to argue about it. I made my decision.
so I came with you with that thing in the hope that you would try to understand, put me in economy and feel कि चलो ठीक है, she's not comfortable, fine, let her be there.
Sorry, you refuse to look at it in any way other than
What is clear is that Pachori was making sexual advances. He was misusing his position. He was coercing her for sexual favors. He was punishing her when refused. He was torturing his victim psychologically. Republic spoke to the victim, a lady whose father passed away as she fought for justice, a professional who the Lutyens elite discarded and didn't march for or shout on behalf of.
It is my own battle, and I have no choice but to fight it out alone. I have like an amazing team of lawyers who are supporting me, who is standing by me, and all the support of my friends and family. So I'm not quite alone, but yes, when it comes to the government or the system, I feel alone.
if we have this level of allergy to
There's no allergy. I've told you, yes, of course. If I'm not like comfortable with it, why should it be so distinct?
You see,
If I am telling you,
I don't want to argue about it. I made my decision.
Republic is amazed, dismayed, and shocked at the pathetic pace of the Delhi police investigations into the Pachori case. Like in the Sunanda case, which they botched up, here too there is a great delay.
The trial hasn't even started. Pachori, a man of deep resources, wants to tire out his victim. Neither the court nor the Republic shall allow it to happen. In Delhi, for Republic, Ridhumanam Bhardwaj.
A lot of responses coming in to the Pachori sleeve tapes. The two hashtags we have tonight are Pachori sleeve tapes and Lutyens hypocrisy. Because these sleeve tapes, when they come out, expose even more the hypocrisy of Lutyens media and the Lutyens elite. Sambit Patra of the BJP, Smita Prakash, editor at ANI, MR Venkatesh, Tahira Hassan, woman activist from Lucknow, Pratibha Prahlad, cultural activist, Saira Shah Halim, writer and activist from Kolkata, Saba Naqvi, senior journalist, Sunit Chopra of the CPIM, and Father Savarimutu Shankar of the Delhi Catholic Archdiocese. But before that, I should like to go to the complainant in this case, and I shall not refer to you by name, of course. Can you hear me? Can you hear me,
I can
ma'am?
hear you, Arnab. I can hear you.
Thank you. How difficult
hear
has
you, yes.
how difficult has it been? This fight which has gone on for 2 years. I consider this unimaginable that this case has dragged on for so long.
No, absolutely. I mean, you just say 2 years, but to be honest, I had been suffering for much longer, like earlier on. And the past 2 years have been absolutely traumatic for me. I've been on medication now for more than a year. My health has suffered quite a lot. I've had to make changes to my life, to my routine, which I never thought I would have had to. I'm not losing patience. And thankfully, I have a lot of support from my family and from my lawyers, advocate Prashant Mendirata. He's one man who stood by me like a rock. I'm very, very glad to have him to represent me like in court. I'm just taking each day as it comes, and I'm just waiting patiently for my turn to when can I go to court.
We heard those.
Just make my statement to the honorable court.
We heard those tapes, and when we hear these tapes, it's an open and shut case. There's really nothing left to even debate or argue about what he was trying to do. Can you tell us a little bit, our viewers, about R.K. Pachori, who's positioned himself as some kind of a Nobel laureate, which technically he is not. But can you tell us about his character, what he does? How he seeks out his predators, what he did with you, just a little bit, as much as you'd like to, without going into details you do not want.
Yeah, I think since the matter is still sub judice, I cannot, as you said rightly, go into much details of what I went through. All I can say is that my time working under him was quite traumatic and absolutely harrowing. I mean, I never thought that someone like me, who's worked at multiple organizations, etc., would have, that I would face something like this at a place of work. You never think that just because you are a woman who is walking into a place of work, you will be denied that opportunity, and that what you will be just like looked at is just like a piece of object, rather like a sexual object. So it took me a lot of time to try to condition myself. I had to seek therapy and everything. It's still going on. I'm not ashamed to talk about it, and like I said, I'm just waiting to go to court and say it all, because that's where I think I'll find some sense of closure. And then, of course, I'm waiting for him to be convicted. I'd like to see him in jail.
But I like to see him in jail too. I've been in touch with you for some time, and sometimes I never thought myself this case would take so long. I genuinely didn't think. But when I heard those tapes today, I was just shocked beyond words at the manner in which he conducted it. He seemed so confident. He just told you, I'm not going to give you any work. And he wanted you to be sitting next to him. He said, if you don't, I've made my decision. He was trying to leave you with no choice. He was trying to humiliate you. He was trying to put you down. He was trying to get you into a position where he would get you to grovel, which you obviously did not. So it seemed to me that he was doing this with the sense of being a practiced offender. It was not the first time he's doing it. He seemed to be a man who's used to getting away with things like this. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I will not be surprised at all if there are more girls who would want to come out and file their complaints or just speak out. I mean, as you said rightly, that there is confidence level in everything. I'd also like to point out that I made this recording when all doors were closed for me. I had reported my case to the ICC on the 9th of Feb. Ideally, as per law, I should not have had to report to him, but on the 10th of Feb, he reprimanded me. And that's what made me so nervous and anxious at the same time. I've detailed it to the cops, that what I was going through, why I made this tape and everything. So I was just left with no option but to do this. And there is a lot of support that is given to him by the management of Terry, by the governing board members, such famous people apparently, and they just fall short of models in this context. Highly disappointing. But as far as the organizational support, it's all gone to him. I've got no support from Terry. In fact, I've also mentioned this in my petition before the Honorable High Court of Delhi. That matter is also still sub judice. That I was just left to fend for myself. My health was suffering. I had just lost my father, and I was then just running pillar to post, trying to work with my lawyers, trying to file applications, So it was, and I had no course to also income. I was not working. I was not allowed to work actually. So, but I've been through all that. I feel better now because I'm in a much better place now. I've been able to start back work and everything. So I feel more strengthened when I see support been pouring in from all quarters. And I am determined to take it all the way through to its logical end.
I just want to say this, that personally I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of knowing you. Rhythm is proud of you. She's been in touch with you for a long time, and All of us here at Republic TV are so proud of you, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you, and I think Rhythm and I want to thank you for giving us an opportunity to be by your side in this battle. And I can assure you that the truth is coming out now, and there is so much support for you online, everywhere. Since we put these tapes out, all of India is fighting for you, and we are right there behind you in your struggle. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll speak again. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to go back to the conversation. The amazing thing in all of this is, Rhythm, that a billion people are choked today after this very brave complainant who has courageously fought a battle to take on Arnab in a case of sexual harassment and criminal intimidation. It's the first time we heard from her. But the amazing thing also is, Rhythm, this complete and utter hypocrisy of the Lutyens Brigade. They just forgot all about him. One or two advocates are fighting her case, but there are no candlelight marches for her. No outrage. No blogs, no articles, no Twitter, no not in my name. No award Bapsi. Because R.K. Pachori is an untouchable. Like a journalist accused of rape, he's an untouchable. Like a politician in the center of a mysterious murder case, he's an untouchable. Right? Like a corporate tycoon who's now in jail, Peter Mukherjee, who when we first questioned him,